Hey everybody, this is Rustin Rose with Metalholic Magazine and AXS Entertainment. With us tonight, Warrel Dane, Lenny Rutledge of Sanctuary. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Hey! It's been a long road.
It's been almost a quarter century since we've had some new Sanctuary music. You bostages. Why such cruelty?
Way for making us feel old, god damn it. But,
well, we were only like 12 back
then. Yeah. Granted, we were just children back when the first one came out, so.
Nice. Well, the response from fans for the return of Sanctuary has been amazing. Were you guys surprised at all by the level of interest and support?
No. I'm just going to say no.
Well, I think we were pleasantly surprised. Of course, we were hoping, but yeah, I mean, it's been a nice ride so far, and it seems like everybody's been really positive about what they're hearing, and so we're excited about it.
So I have to ask the obvious question: why was now the right time for Sanctuary to record again?
I don't know. It was just something that we talked about a lot, when we'd see each other. But it was mostly just kind of joking around, and eventually we just thought, hey, this would be fun to do, and we got together and we tried it out, and the chemistry was there. We were having fun, so here we are now. We're continuing on because it's been a blast so far, and the response has been great.
So 2 decades later, what's it like getting back together? Because you're obviously older and wiser now. So many life things have happened. How has that changed the vibe of the band?
It hasn't really changed the vibe, but it's kind of like, getting back together with your ex-girlfriend. You still remember what it feels like.
Nice. So, well, next month you will release The Year the Sun Died, and you guys have been working on this. This has sort of been in the mix for like 3 years. Some people think this is like an overnight thing. This has been going on for a while. As I said, nearly 25 years since Into the Mirror Black. Tell us about the new record from your perspective.
I think that it sounds very similar to the second one, Into the Mirror Black.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's also a progression from that sound. And it's more dynamic, it's more mature, whatever you want to fucking call it, I don't know. But I can really not see any diehard fans from the first 2 records not liking this because, I got a sense of braggadocio right now. This record fucking rocks.
Yeah, one thing that a lot of people notice too is the production. The production definitely stands on its own. It's modern. It's today. So
especially
that's one thing we're very proud of.
The fucking guitar sound is really, really fucking good. Obviously, if you've heard the single, you know that. But yeah, so Zeus did he did an amazing job. And the funny thing is, he's known for doing metalcore and all that stuff.
Right.
But he really did a great job on this.
He did. From what I've heard, obviously limited, as we were just saying. And I got to say, Warrel, you sound as strong as ever. And I understand, since I haven't heard it, but I understand some of the trademark highs will be on the record. And Lenny, I imagine you've been storing riffs away for a while. Is most of the new record built on stuff you've sort of been sitting on, or is most of it pretty current?
Yeah, most of it's current. There are parts that have been around for a little bit. One of the songs called One Final Day, that's been around for a few years, in a different form. And parts of the last song, The Year the Sun Died, the clean stuff, they've kind of been around for a little bit. But, I kind of had a different approach to music for a while. I was playing a lot of acoustic, and and something about the way that I don't know, my playing and stuff for just acoustic for a few years, it kind of made me write a little bit from a different perspective. Mm-hmm. And I think that maybe, for me, it was fresh. I hope it sounds fresh to people, but for me, it just was a fresh approach, and it kind of spurred on some really cool ideas for me.
Nice. So the songwriting process overall for all of you putting this album together, did you do it differently than you did back when you created the first 2 albums, or was it totally new, the same as it used to be? How did you approach it this time?
It was pretty close to the same. Warrel and I, for the most part, we wrote the majority of stuff. He writes all the lyrics. I wrote the majority of the music back in the day. I wrote all the songs on this one too. So we kind of do it the same for the most part. Technology has obviously helped because, now everybody's got their own little recording studio and a computer, and, I can easily record an idea for Warrel and, email him the idea, if he's not around to hear it. And then we can kind of back and forth, send it back and forth and add our pieces to it. So that's helped a lot.
Yeah, but we live 5 minutes away now up in the mountains and outside Seattle, so...
So the next record will be even better because now we're going to be together all the time writing and recording. Well, it's nice to hear that there's maybe another one coming after this. That's fantastic. Now, this was the first album since Brad has joined the band, but I thought he came in sort of late. What sort of impact did he have on the album, or was he too late in the process?
Well, you know that Brad was the replacement for Sean Blosel after he left, in the early 90s.
Right.
And so we've known him for years, and we've all actually been friends for years, so it was kind of an easy thing. He can play, and he's a good person, and he's a shredder, and yeah, Brad's back, man.
Yeah, he contributed a lot of really cool stuff to the recording. There was one thing I wanted somebody that had a little bit of a different take on the way they present themselves as far as a guitar player. Besides me, I have kind of a harmonic minor and pentatonic type of vibe, and Brad has a little more exotic feel to it, and that's definitely what I was looking for. I didn't want somebody that was just like me, so we're very happy that he brought that to this recording.
Fantastic. Now, and I guess it's more for you, Warrel, what are some of the thematic explorations or lyrical topics addressed on this album?
It's a concept record. I'm not lying anymore. It's a fucking concept record. It's about a doom prophet named Lenore that predicts the death of the sun. When you read the liner notes, it's kind of like Dreaming Neon Black, where you'll get the story more, and I kind of want to let the story expand slowly. But everyone dies.
Including the family dog, right?
Including the family dog, yeah. Kind of like that Robin Williams movie, fucking What Dreams May Come. Oh my God, that was so depressing. Everyone died, and the family fucking dog. And now he's dead because he committed suicide. Jesus H. fucking Christ on a rubber crutch. What's wrong with this world? We're all going to hell in a handbasket.
I can't say that I disagree looking around lately, but... And then you go put out this album. I mean, look, the album cover itself looks like the end of the world is coming.
Well, that's kind of what it's supposed to be, yeah. Yeah, I love Travis Smith. I love all of his artwork. Some of my favorite shit that he's done was for Catatonia, actually. Not even my band. But, yeah, so it was kind of a cool thing to work with him again. And he always has this perfect expression of my lyrics with the artwork. And especially with Nevermore, and especially with my solo record, and even with this too. I think that I just love this guy's art.
Yeah, it turned out fantastic. Now, for the trivia fans out there, which was the first song that you guys wrote for this record?
What was it, Len?
It was One Final Day. Well, I mean, wrote or finished? Because the first one presented, the first one that we actually kind of worked on was One Final Day, but it wasn't the first song finished.
And what would that have been?
Ooh, good question. I don't know. You know what? It's weird because in our writing process, what we do is sometimes we get to a point where a song will actually just kind of be hanging in the balance, and we're not really even sure. Like, for instance, tomorrow they're releasing a song called Exidium. And I didn't even really know that was even going to be a song on the record until, Warrel called me one day and he's like, "Hey man, I got this song you gave me a long time ago, and it goes like this, and I wrote some lyrics to it and everything, and he sang it for me, and it was awesome." But I was like, I thought that song was, totally not even in the running, but it turned out great. So sometimes there's little surprises like that as we're going through the process. So it's hard for me to even remember which song was finished first. But the first one we started to work on was One Final Day.
Gotcha. Now, obviously, you guys just spent all this time recording all these great songs, so they all matter to you deeply. But for each of you, is there maybe one track that resonates with each of you individually, maybe a little bit more than the others?
Yeah, it's always so hard.
For me, it would be the title track, The Year the Sun Died.
Yeah, I mean...
Or Sworn to Believe. Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Let the Serpent Follow Me.
That one, too. God damn it.
It's hard to pick. It's like asking what your favorite
yeah. Who's your favorite kid, man?
There's always a favorite kid. We know that's true.
I know that's true, but it's hard when you're trying to pick favorite songs, because I think this record is so strong. It's kind of fucking difficult to fucking pick a favorite fucking song. I just had to, throw that in just, for expletives. That can be deleted at some point.
Works for me. So now you guys just shot a video for the track Frozen, I believe. What can you tell us about this shoot and when fans can expect to see this? And
we did that video in a really cool place in just, about 30 minutes outside of Essen, Germany. And it was in an old place that, well, we're not really sure what it was used for, but it was used during the war, for sure.
They said it was used for coal processing, but they had these weird little baskets that there was thousands of these baskets that they would have on these wires, and they would reel them up to the ceiling. And and they said they put their clothes in it, but it just didn't make sense. It seemed something way more sinister was going on there.
It tags into the one song, "The World Is Wired," but I think when you see the video, it's going to be pretty freaking amazing. I mean, just the rough stuff. When we were there, it looked amazing. So it's going to be a great video. It's going to be metal. It's going to be horns up. It's going to be full fucking on.
Awesome. And do we know when we're going to get to see it?
On the 23rd of this month.
Nice. So coming up soon then. What's on tap for the band for the remainder of the year and into 2015? Do we have a U.S. tour coming? You going back over to Europe?
Yeah, we have a West Coast tour starting on November 14th. We're going down, basically down the West Coast, and then we're going to try and play other regions in the U.S. We're talking about a bunch of stuff. Nothing confirmed yet. Same with Europe. We're talking about a bunch of stuff. Nothing actually firmer, yet. But trust me, we'll be playing as many places as we can. We're looking forward to it.
You need to get some Viagra for those tour dates and firm that shit up.
Luckily, I'm pretty sure none of us need that.
Last question before we get out of here, the pointless question of the week. If you guys could appear on any television series, what would it be?
Modern Family. Because I want to fuck Sofia Vergara.
Who doesn't?
No shit.
What about you, Lenny?
You noticed how quick that response was.
Old or new?
It's up to you.
Doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
The Odd Couple.
Oh, who do you want to do, Oscar or Felix?
Lenny Rutledge, Warrel Dane, Sanctuary. It's so glad to have you back. The Year the Sun Died out October 14th here in the States, October 6th, I believe, overseas. Thanks so much for taking the time tonight, guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, man.
Take care, brother. We'll see you guys on the road.